Hello there, Dr. Sheeper. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 64. I'm joined by co-host Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
And the long-awaited return of the Prince, Will.
Hello.
No Kyle today. Don't know, he fell off a cliff. Anyways, let's share my screen here, shall we? So we
Wait, hang on. I think I want to use my laptop. I'm going to find a different way to prop this. I don't want to hold my phone the whole time.
Well, that's not my problem. You can figure that out while I roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away? It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. And they're always
These podcasts are broken down into 4 parts. First, we have how our week's been, followed by the Corona News, followed by your comments, followed by a random 4th topic. Today, 4th segment will be inspired by a video I watched. I have been watching the past few days. So let's try and keep it on that. So, obviously, we can get into how Phil and I's weeks have been. But, Will, how are you? How have you been?
How's your month been?
Pretty good.
How was March?
Perfectly fine.
So, I had a question for everybody here. Did March start like a lamb and end like a lion? Or did it start like a lamb, end like lamb? Or, now here's, I think, the one we can both relate to. I think it started like lamb, went like lion, and then now end like lamb again. Can we agree on that?
That one.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Which was never an option back in 1st grade. And I was like, Miss Peterson, do not deny me my right to accurately explain this. Or, better yet, do I need to pull up a whole calendar and point to which days are lamb and lion, and then take a percentage and an average and figure out, okay, here's what this is, and calculate a whole index. I don't know if 1st grade me had that idea, but I know present me has that idea. And I think that'd be something I'd want to do in the future. Wow, those are my jeans back there. Hello. Anyways, other than the weather, what else? Any news? No news?
Not really.
Nothing? You seem to be like avoiding. You seem to be avoiding like laughing. So what's making you want to laugh?
Huh?
What's making you want to laugh? Okay, never mind. Whatever. You know, not gonna bother. Actually,
You confused me.
well, okay. You were like, it seemed like you were holding back like just pure laughter and joy, and so I was curious, like, what's going on here? What's causing this?
I turned on the RGB on my laptop and it's making me happy.
Oh, right. Hey, mention the laptop. I don't think the folks know about the laptop.
I thought we already talked about that.
Maybe. No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we already did.
No, well, we talked about it on the live stream. We didn't talk about it on a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Those are 2 different
So I
crowds
got a
here.
new laptop. And it's got a full RGB strip. And it's got RGB lighting on the keyboard. But anyway,
I just have
it's got GeForce 2060 RTX, Intel Core i7, and then 8 gig, or no, it might be 16 gigs of RAM. I don't remember.
Better be 16. Even I've got 16. I don't even do anything on that laptop.
Pretty sure it's 16.
Oh, is he coming back?
here.
Hey! Well, since you're back, how was your week?
Fine.
Oh, is that all there is to it?
Yeah.
No,
Quite thrilling.
no spoils of war to explain?
No?
Oh. That's depressing.
Nope.
So... Oh, what the hell? Alright, well, I'll just get into, how my week has been.
Alright.
I spent an obscene amount of money. Well, not an obscene amount of money. I spent...
On minerals.
On minerals, yes. I spent... Let's just pull up the website right now, shall we?
Rocks.
Yeah, rocks.
Rocks. He's a rock collector.
Like Breaking Bad.
What?
He collects pieces of carbon
I actually I do have a piece of
and
carbon.
in other elements. I'm sorry, it's not just carbon; it's other elements.
I do have a piece of
Carbon.
carbon sitting
In
at
rock
work.
form.
I've been meaning to bring home with me. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So
Carbon in which Phil eats.
Yes.
there was
The stuff I eat.
actually I've been watching a lot of cooking shows recently, and they put
Cooking
charcoal
shows.
in this bun, and it yeah, that was something else. Anyways, let's go back to the main topic here. So I'm on one of my favorite websites of all time, Lucidaria Science. Please sponsor us, or at least let me come out to Washington and go get a good old glimpse of your factory. Anyways, I made a purchase. So I bought where are they? I bought a cube of gallium. Okay, little cube of it.
Hmm?
I bought a cube of germanium,
Mm-hmm.
and then I bought a 1-inch cube of iron. This is the polished version. I did not get the polished version. Oh, here we go. A regular iron one. Yeah. Yeah, this is the regular iron one. Yeah. I got a 1-inch cube of that.
1-inch cube.
And then
Look at this iron probe.
we go over here. Oh, I guess we're already here. I bought the biggest size of bromine sample they had. And then, Will, what do you think is, like...
Whoa! Iron weighs almost 8 pounds. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. That's grams. It weighs 0.28 pounds per inch cube.
That doesn't tell me anything. I only know grams per cubic centimeter.
7.
Anyways.
7 times more heavier than water. Almost 8.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Okay, so what is...
Actually, it's...
So Will, you still there?
Yes.
Whoa.
What is too much of an element, do you think?
Like, what quantity?
I don't know.
Like in your mind, like, should somebody buy this amount of one element? Is that too much?
Where would you draw the line? Like, after how many grams or kilograms, or like after what quantity is it like, okay, that's not normal?
Like 100 kilograms.
Oh.
Okay, I guess you're normal.
I guess I am normal because I bought a kilogram of silicon. This chunk of this chunk of silicon. I don't know. It's not going to be like a
You bought a
chunk.
kilogram of silicon.
The thing about this is, it's not going to be like.
Look at all the computers we could make with that.
You can make a lot of, but see, silicon's so cheap and so pure because we make so much of it, but then we throw a bunch of it away because it breaks or cracks or something. So then it's all this scrap silicon. So they could just go buy dirt cheap. This is why a kilogram only costs $79.
I guess I'm normal because I brought a kilogram of silicon.
Yeah.
I guess I'm normal according to Will.
I'm
All right.
normal.
I guess if I'm gonna be abnormal, I'll have to save up to buy 100 kilograms of that. That's $7,900, Will. All right. Screw a new car. I'll just buy that. Is that what you want? Do you realize how much that is? How much silicon that is?
That's a lot.
My next thing is I want to buy a kilogram of indium. No questions. Why?
Not really.
Well, Vsauce has a kilogram of indium on his desk.
Interesting.
So naturally, I want a kilogram of indium on my desk. I don't know what I'm gonna do with a kilogram of silicon though, because a kilogram of indium is about like this. It's about like it's about like 3 or 4 bars of butter, kind of like stacked together. Silicon, the density of silicon. Here, let me Google density of silicon. Okay, 2.33 grams per cubic centimeter. So, at that density, okay. Oh my God, that's what would that be, Phil? Do I need to do some math, some reverse?
Do you want what?
So I bought a kilogram. That's 1,000 grams. And the density is 2.3 grams per cubic centimeter. How many cubic centimeters is that? And while you do that,
I didn't catch the numbers. Let me write them down.
okay. Okay.
Let me.
Once you're ready to write it down, Will and I will continue discussing obscene amounts of material to buy off online sources. Here's the crazy part, though. This isn't even like the most of one element I have bought.
What are the numbers?
Okay, so the density of silicon is 2.33 grams per cubic centimeter.
2.33 grams per cubic centimeter.
And then 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. How many cubic centimeters is that? And then
1,000 grams?
yeah. And then cube root that to get me the size of the cube it would be.
It will be cubed. Oh, to get the dimensions.
Yeah. That's not the coolest thing I've ever figured out. If you ever want to find a cube of something, Will, alright? Like, okay, like, I have this material, right? And I know how many cubic centimeters I have of it. But I don't know how I can make that a cube. Just cube root.
Cool.
Simple as that. It's fascinating, right? Math is awesome.
Do you see like that laser that's like on the tip of my nose?
It's not on the tip of your nose. It's kind of up in your hair. Why?
I don't know. That's weird.
Like, that's probably just an artifact from your lights. Since they're like pure one wavelength, theoretically, one wavelength, it kind of screws up your camera sensor. It happens with really powerful blue lasers or just any powerful lasers.
What units do you want? Cubic centimeters?
Yeah. How many cubic
It's
centimeters?
429 cubic centimeters.
Okay, and then cube root that.
Yeah. Where's answer?
Will.
7.5.
7.5.
7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters.
That's a 7.5. That's holy crap! That's a 4-inch by 4-inch cube. No, 2-inch by 2-inch cube.
You divide by 2.54.
Yeah, that's almost exactly 2.5 2 inches.
Just
by 2 inches
under
by
3.
2 inches. What?
2.96.
2.96. So it's a 3-inch by 3 inch by 3 inch.
2.97 because it'll round up.
So that's a 3-inch by 3-inch by 3-inch cube.
Basically.
It's a pretty hefty chunk of silicon. May I add. And it's very pure. Extremely pure. They're not sending me a cube. They're going to send me chunks, which is a little disappointing. But,
Oh, I see.
yeah. What are you going to get?
Whoa, I look like I'm in the void.
What I want.
I don't have my lights on.
So, okay. So, have you seen...
It's not actually that dark. Like, it's still light outside.
Phil, stop talking.
So, you know,
Sorry.
have you seen the big crystals that they cut silicon wafers from to make computer chips?
I'm gonna get some water. Give me like.
I speak, and it just it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, Will, what have you seen the giant crystals that they make?
No.
I want one. They cut
I'm
wafers.
sorry.
Actually,
I'm sorry for interrupting.
you keep doing it.
Seconds.
Silicon.
I'm really thirsty.
Oh my god.
Go get some water.
Actually, I want a silicon wafer as well. They're like this big. I want a silicon wafer. But here's the thing, though. This isn't even the most of one element I own. All right. Obviously, I own more carbon and sulfur, but if because I use that for gunpowder. But if we talk about just like metals, I own technically by mass. I own more bismuth. Or do I own only 1 kilogram of bismuth? I don't remember how much bismuth I own. I'll have to go. I think it might be 5 pounds. I'll have to go back and look.
Your bismuth crystals are cool.
I have 1 bismuth crystal. I
Oh,
want
that's cool.
more, but they're expensive. And it's just like it's bismuth. But I technically own more bismuth by mass, but by quantity, it's more silicon. I also own like another chunk of silicon sitting upstairs somewhere. I guess I also own 100 grams of calcium that sits on my desk
Calcium?
every single day that I look at. Yeah. My sticker ball sits on top of it. Hold on. See my sticker ball? These are fruit stickers. I've been collecting since sophomore year of college. So, 2 years of sticker collecting. I saw a meme and I'm like, I must have this. He had one the size of an orange. And I'm like, that's going to take me a long time. That's why I buy so much fruit on the fruit sales, so I can keep building the sticker ball.
Perfect.
Below it is a jar of calcium. Submerged in
Yum.
mineral oil. And behind that is some... Oh, now I've got mineral oil in my hands. Yay. And behind that, I've got some lithium. Behind that, I've got some sodium. No big deal, right? Extremely dangerous elements just sitting on my desk. And then I've also got a little sample of mercury, a little sample of potassium, a little sample of iodine. Here's the mercury. I have more mercury upstairs, but... Who else doesn't have poisonous metals just laying around their house, right? Is it just me?
Yeah.
Right? Actually, I think the most dangerous thing on my desk is probably the large amounts of coins. And all the bacteria and schmutz they have on them.
Oh, well, I just thought of some. Remember that one time how we were talking? If you had a square foot by square foot, by a cubic foot of water.
Yeah. It weighs.
That's the density in pounds per square foot, pounds per cubic foot of water.
So, 1
Is
cubic
62.4.
pounds.
But the metric conversion or whatever, like if you had what was it, a square meter, like if you had a cubic meter, and
so
then
1 liter is 1 kilogram, and 100 liters is
1,000
liters. There's 1,000 liters in 1 kiloliter, which would be 1 cubic meter.
There's 1,000 kilograms in a cubic meter for water. Water's density is 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is 1,000.
That's 1.4 tons.
No, but you know what's special about that number?
What?
So 1,000
1.2.
kilograms is a metric ton.
Yeah. That's 1.2 non-metric tons.
It's basically 2.2 thousand pounds.
No, 2,400 pounds.
2,400?
Yeah, because it's 2.2 pounds per kilogram. Therefore, one metric ton is 2,400 pounds. Right? No.
Oh no, it's 2,200.
Oh, it is 2,000. Yeah, my bad.
That's what I said.
So my bad.
2.2 thousand.
It'd be 1.1 then. It'd be 1.1, not 1.2. It'd be 1.1.
That's what I said. It's 2.2 thousand.
Yeah. It'd be 1.1 metric tons. Well, standard tons, my bad. 1.1 standard tons.
So,
I thought about this.
Circuited.
I did this in, what was it, for eighth or seventh grade.
Every science class since what, 7th grade when they teach you scientific notation?
Oh, that's when they taught you scientific notation? Embarrassing.
You're like 6th or 7th grade, something
Oh,
like
okay. I
that.
was gonna say, I'm like, I learned it in 6th grade. I remember that specifically.
I don't know, 6th or 7th. It's such a blur. It's so long ago.
I don't remember what grade I did the math in though, because we were
Oh
doing.
yeah, we did I'm pretty sure it's algebra, pre-algebra.
I didn't do this now.
So
I was just sitting in class, bored out of my mind, because again, I had been in
I'm pretty
8th
sure
grade
it was
science
7th
level.
grade in math class when they taught how to do scientific notation in math.
I'm not
You
talking
know,
about scientific notation anymore.
But we've seen metric.
I'm trying to
We've
tell a
seen
story.
metric stuff. Huh?
So the calculation we just did about the metric tons and what a liter
Huh?
is, I was thinking about this in either 7th or 8th grade, just sitting in class, bored out of my mind. Because again, for those of you that didn't know, I was at an 8th grade science level in 5th grade. So by 8th grade, you know, I was bored out of my freaking mind. I was ready to move on. You know, I was just like, when am I going to jump into quantum mechanics here, okay? Jokingly.
Wait, what grade was it when you were like? Was it 3rd grade? Is that when you got dish and like you came back and like you jumped up like 2 science levels?
I didn't get
You sound
dish.
like you were like
I did-
super freaking smart.
I didn't get dish in 3rd grade. I got dish in, I think, 1st or 2nd. But it was when I started watching the Discovery Channel. Was after 3rd grade. And so when I came back in 4th grade, I had just been watching the Discovery Channel. This is back when they were more educational. It didn't have reality television. And back when the Mythbusters were actually still educational. And so I watched the Mythbusters. I watched a bunch of documentaries about about the Earth and everything. So I knew all this information. Just my brain was filled to the brim with it. And so I came back in
Filled to
4th
the
grade.
brim.
And I just shot past everybody. You know. I might have been. I was probably average in 3rd grade, maybe below average in science. 4th grade, okay. If 5th grade me was in 8th grade, 4th grade me, we could probably extrapolate was in 7th grade. Can you imagine? I went up 4 grades in one summer. Can you imagine if we could do that for the entire population? Imagine if the entire population. See, science could be so much more advanced if we could cram that knowledge that I gained in that summer and crammed it into them naturally, so that
Yeah.
modern 4th graders modern 5th graders are at the level of today's 8th graders. And so then we could be teaching them quantum mechanics, you know, senior year of high school, instead of, okay, if there's a ball on a hill and the hill is 33 degrees and the coefficient of friction is whatever, what angle does the force... No, screw that. You're going to teach that in, like, 8th grade, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead, we're going to be, like, teaching whatever the heck Phil is learning.
Alright.
Take that, China. Screw you. You think you've got more geniuses? Well, let me tell you what. We're holding back what our science people actually should know. And, Will, I'm sorry I didn't know you sooner. I could have brought you... further, I could have brought into the future. You could be learning quantum mechanics. I've done you a disservice.
So that's the reason that kind of your school system just kind of held you back and never let you kind of flourish.
You clearly, you could be a super genius. Now, Phil, we have no idea where you were.
Where did you go, Phil?
Right here.
He's being consumed
I'm
by
right here.
darkness.
I'm falling into the void. I'm falling into the void.
I can see a vague outline of your face.
Oh,
I just see your teeth. No, you know what that reminds me of? Have you seen the TikTok, Will, where the guy's just like, you just see his eyes and his teeth? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
better.
Yes, much better. So actually, since you have your headphones,
I mean, I could go turn on my actual room light, or I could just turn on this,
no, that works. It's dramatic.
or I could do this.
Nope. Let's go back.
Can't you see me? I can see you.
No.
We see your teeth.
I'm right here.
Okay. All right. So, Will, it's time to show and tell your headphones. So, He has 2 pairs of wireless headphones. I'm sorry if this is delaying
Oh,
the second
yeah.
segment. I forgot we need to talk about this, but elements distract me. Okay. They
Yeah,
make
we're
me
talking
feel
about wireless headphones. Let me see yours.
Yeah, yeah. So he's got the 2 pairs of wireless headphones. He has these new ones, which are like the size of mine, if not smaller. And then he has the original ones. Hello? Is he dead? I think he's dead.
Maybe I want to go grab them.
Well, his face is stuck on the camera though. Okay.
Well, I don't like this.
What the lighting?
Yeah.
I thought.
Well, no, it's like right in my eye.
Oh, that's why you gotta do what I do with my lamp. Here, I have my
What do you
lamp.
do with your lamp?
It's pointed at a wall,
Oh.
and so the light bounces. Oh, he died.
Oh.
So the light
Hello?
bounces off the wall.
Oh, I like that. That's better.
Yeah. So the
Hello?
light bounces off the wall,
Yeah,
disperses.
so the light's going this way.
Yeah, yeah. It disperses, bounces off the wall, then comes to you. Ah, you're back.
Mhm.
Yeah, apparently the battery on this thing is absolutely trash.
It's a gaming computer. What do you
No.
expect?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to bring out your headphones.
Which ones?
Both.
Wait, what? Wait, can you see him?
Yeah.
I can't see him.
Well, give it a minute. Or you come back,
The-
or you leave and come
the-
back.
Fake AirPods or the?
Do I need to disconnect?
Jesus. Yeah, probably should. He's not. He can't see you, Will. Okay. He will come back. Jesus.
Which ones am I
Christ.
showing him?
Both. Oh my God, those fake ones are crazy.
Oh, hold up.
We're giving you time.
All right. Let me see them.
Turn on your camera.
Oh.
He's gonna be like Kyle. Oh, my foot is caught in a plastic bin.
Why is it not turning?
Oh,
There
here we
we
go.
go.
All
Right.
right. So,
So, fake AirPods. They're pretty big.
do you see these?
Oh, I see.
They're
Okay.
huge.
So these are off-brand AirPods?
Yeah, those were
Yeah.
the off-brand ones he got for Christmas like 2 years ago, or 2 years ago.
Okay.
They're massive and they're bright red.
And the other ones are the JLabs, right?
Yeah, those aren't as big.
Those are
Oh.
about the size of mine, if not a little smaller.
Put it in your ear.
Oh, he's got light on it. Oh, that's nice.
Well, that's because it's not connected. Because mine
No.
are JLabs too. And-
Mine always light up when they're connected.
Oh, so you've got the fancy little sport ones.
See, this is mine.
Yeah, there's 2 different ones.
Yeah, I have one with like a.
Yeah,
A little
the case
thing's
is like
like-
this big.
It stays on my. It's a little big.
Your case is a little bit.
What?
Then I have my
But it
Galaxy.
stays in my ear really well. I mean, I assume that you're staying in your ear good as well.
Mhm.
But I just like how it just feels snug and it doesn't come out.
See, yours are more noticeable. You can't really notice mine. I think people don't realize it until they like look at the side profile. Like, oh, I couldn't tell you had headphones in. Like with AirPods, you can tell because they stick out, but mine don't.
Because I mean, yours are basically like these, except just without the little clip.
Yeah, as are Will's.
Yeah.
Obviously, his red ones, you could tell. He had to walk around school like this
Yeah, I
Why?
went around school like that for a little
because
bit.
he was embarrassed.
You're embarrassed.
They're bright red and huge.
You didn't
They're
like
not a
people seeing them.
flex.
Yeah, because people would like point out of it.
Like, yo, bro, what's wrong with the AirPods?
They're clearly not a flex.
I see.
Anyways, I don't know what we're gonna title this. AirPods and metal. All right. What's the right amount of material to buy off a website online? Oh, Phil, I was gonna have you try some MSG before you left. Oh no,
Some what?
some MSG.
It's MSG.
Monosodium glutamate. It's a food flavoring. So do you know the flavors? There's
Oh, I have
bitter-
heard of MSG. MSG is stuff that's used in food, like
Everything.
chips.
It's chips. It's a lot of it in chips.
Chips.
And so it's
It's
one,
what makes them tasty and like addicting.
it's savory. It's umami.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the flavors. So you have bitter, sour, sweet, bitter, sour,
And
sweet.
umami.
There's another one though. Maybe it might be salty. Salty might be the other one.
Bitter, sour.
Sweet.
What did you say?
Bitter,
Sweet.
sour, sweet, umami, and then I think salty is the fifth one. I can't remember.
Let's see.
You'll have to look that up. But while he does that, it's time to switch to the coronavirus. We got to keep this somewhat aligned.
And so MSG is umami?
Yeah. And it's this really weird flavor when you put it on your tongue. I've had everybody try it in my house, except for AK.
That is salty. Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, savory.
Yep, that's what it is. And savory is umami. So.
Savory is umami.
Yep, and that's just Japanese for savory. So yeah,
Is it good?
So it's really weird. So when you put it on your tongue, your tongue gets warm.
Oh.
It's warm, and then you get this flavor, kind of like chicken broth. That's what it reminds me of. I get like a chicken, and then like you just kind of like you feel warm because like because it's the flavoring you get in like chicken broth and like soup. It's really, and you're just like, wow, that's interesting. So at least I get a chicken broth flavor. Not everybody gets it. I know like some people hate it. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's interesting because it's just this white granular powder, and you're like, oh. You assume like salt or sugar, and you put on like, you get hit with this. Whoa, that's nothing. That's like nothing I've ever tasted.
Is it just me, or does your camera seem really bad?
Mine?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine on my end. It's probably just your Wi-Fi.
It's like really grainy.
I mean, you
Is
two.
it on my end? I don't know.
You two are very grainy on my end, so.
Oh really?
Same.
Yeah, so it's just.
All three of us are grainy on mine.
Well, you also have like no lights on your house. So. Anyways, let's start the new segment time.
It's Christmas lights.
Coronavirus news.
Oh yeah, watch the stream.
127.745098 million coronavirus cases. 2,795,557 deaths. 102 million recovered. Let's go look at the U.S. here. Let's go look at 2 days ago. Okay, now 2 days ago. Though I feel like that number went up. I don't feel like it used to be going up that high. Let's go look here, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go look at the curve here. It's negligible.
I do feel like it's gone up though.
But it does appear to have gone up a little bit. But if we wonder why, let's look at yesterday. Oh, look, Texas. Oh, wait. What'd they do? They removed the mask mandate. Arizona did the same thing. And we haven't been paying attention to Arizona, so.
Do you still have our mask mandate?
They got rid of theirs as well. Oh, Nebraska's never had one. It's just been Lincoln and Omaha. And Omaha, I don't know if they ever got to install one or not, or if Pete Ricketts stopped that. But Lincoln still does. And I hope they keep it until I get vaccinated.
Yep.
Anyways, let's go look at old Nebraska here. 35th, of course, seem to be not gaining too typically. I mean, we are gaining faster than New Mexico, but not fast, and faster than Nevada. But
Hey Doc,
yeah,
since this is a Dell, it has Alienware stuff built into it,
yeah.
and so where you control all your fan speeds and your RGB and your temperatures and stuff, it's updating, and it just asked me to download overclocking systems.
Oh my god. I mean, you should really overclock in the BIOS, but that overclocking stuff, like built in, is pretty nice, especially if it's user friendly. Anyways, I will say though, I mean, no wonder we haven't gone up to 35th, because look at the cases in Nevada versus the cases in Nebraska. We're 100,000 away. I don't think we're gonna catch that. So.
Not that attitude.
Right. Damn it! Go and spread the coronavirus. Do you remember when this started? We were we came up with this scheme, right? To go and buy a plane. And we were gonna bottle the coronavirus. And like crop dust Lincoln. And commit bioterrorism. Do you remember this plot?
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever talk about that on the podcast? I don't think we did, because we were like, this is really bad. And a lot of people are really scared right now. And I don't know if we should. What I find interesting now is, so we are currently, I think this upcoming week was this next week, so the week we're entering in tomorrow, is supposed to be spring break technically. I think.
Oh, I think it was last week.
Oh, really? Are we 2 weeks behind already?
I think it was the week of like the 16th or whatever.
I think we are 2 weeks behind. Hold on. Yes, I am on a podcast.
Okay, I'll come back. I was gonna tell Ethan something.
Oh, I mean, you can walk past there. I don't care. AK-47, everybody. Going to talk to Rondo. Anyways, I actually, the only reason why I know this is because, do you remember the vlog we did? And we went to campus with our masks on.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's just, looking back, it was like, what we were trying to cause mass hysteria. Now, we would still look like weirdos. But, like, there was a time, I'd say about May, where we wouldn't have looked like weirdos. Because I'd say that was about the height of the fear.
No, I think probably April.
April, yeah. April was the height of the fear.
Mm-hmm.
Of the coronavirus.
It was around May when people are just like, all right, it's time to get out.
Yeah, people were starting to get annoyed, and that's when the riots happened.
March was like, what the hell's going on? April was like, oh, stuff's going down. Shit's hitting the fan.
And then May...
And then May is like, all right, this got on long enough.
Yeah, come May, we were just like, yeah, let's get out. And so we started rioting. And then June, we kept... June, it was...
Oh, yeah, June we actually rioted.
Yeah, yeah. We started rioting at the beginning of June. And then nothing happened in July, I think. Or did... What happened in July? I don't remember what it was. Do you remember what it was? Something stupid happened in July. I don't remember what it was. But was it the Murder Hornets? I think it was the Murder Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
I think July was the Murder Hornets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
I think that's about when the breaking happened, because like we were breaking down the months. So like January was Kobe, then we had the fires in February. Corona was March. Lockdown was April. May I think was the riots. I think that was the riots, and then June was the Murder Hornets, and then after that I don't remember. They had it kind of the breaking stuff up kind of broke. But yeah, that's crazy.
Oh no, I think it was May.
Yeah, I just think this is
May and July.
This is my first summer living. This will be my first spring in this house with everybody here, which would be interesting because last spring I spent it alone, which is pretty nice. This spring will be interesting having everybody here. Because Rooster won't be in Indiana. Kentucky, my bad. All the same. They're all a bunch of backwoods hicks. Oops. States, so. But, yeah. What was I... Do you remember, Phil? I was going to tack something in at the end of the Corona segment. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, a fourth segment?
No, that was going to be the fourth segment, but there was something else I wanted to talk about. Do you remember what it was?
Oh.
I can't remember what it was. It's gone. Either way, we never, since we didn't have you on the podcast, we never got to really talk to you during the quarantine.
Oh, I do remember what it was. But here, let me text it to you.
Okay. So, Will, I don't think we really talked, nor did we ever get your, opinion during the whole lockdown last spring. Well, I don't think we ever talked to you.
About what?
Well, the lockdown last spring. Because obviously, I was passed out on my couch every single night, in and out of consciousness from headaches. So, my experience is a bit different. And, about 3 blocks that way, there was a bunch of riots on O Street. What?
All right, I sent it to you.
All right. What was your experience during this time? Please tell us a story. Something unique.
Like, about lockdown or about the riots
No, it
and
wasn't.
stuff?
It wasn't going to be that.
Wasn't it?
Mm-mm. When how did you react when school was like, yeah, we're canceled for the rest of the semester?
I don't know, I thought it'd be fun, but then it, sucked because I hate online school.
Yeah, you've been in person this whole semester, right? This whole year, right?
Yep.
Do you have any teachers that refuse to come in?
No.
At
There were
the,
teachers here.
at all the high school, at the entire high school, is not a single teacher refused to come in?
Well, I mean, one can't, but...
Why? Tell us why. Tell me why. Ain't
Oh,
no-
you know why.
Oh, besides the pedophile.
Yeah. Was that your math teacher?
Wasn't no,
No,
he was my speech coach. He was one of my 3 speech coaches, and then he turned into the English teacher. He wasn't Will's English teacher. You would have had him next year.
Hey, Will, do you know the teacher in your school with the last name Newman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know her. She's the math
Oh.
teacher.
What?
She's the math teacher.
Yes.
So her husband is the assistant manager at Hy-Vee,
Really?
like meat manager. Yeah.
How did I not know
Interesting.
this about her? How did so?
Logan. So Newman. Yeah, is his last name, and he was telling me about his wife who teaches at Raymond Central. I was like, oh, I have a cousin who went to Raymond Central. I bet he
I
knows
have
her.
a step cousin who goes to Raymond Central.
Well, I mean, you
Step
used to go there too. I don't know how long she's been teaching there.
She's been there for a while.
She started my freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yep, because we had a guy, his name was Isaacson, and he helped me with my advanced algebra homework a lot. And so I was super excited to have him next year. And then we didn't have him for geometry, and I got her instead. And I'm pretty sure she was the only reason why I passed geometry. I had an A in geometry. I didn't point this
I have
out.
geometry with Wilmus.
That must have sucked.
It's not that bad.
To be fair, Newman's gotten pretty since I was there.
Wait, what?
My last year. So that was her first year, right? So she was super laid back, super relaxed, super easy rules. Everything was completion basically, except for the test. By calculus, that had gone at the wayside, and she had just had her kid, so we didn't have her for the first semester, which is why I had an A the first semester. Second semester, obviously, we were doing really complicated stuff, for me, anyways. I wish I had listened for that second semester. It'd come in handy right now.
So,
And so I got a D. But it averaged out to a B, so what do I care?
Wilmus teaches geography, or not geometry, and that stuff. And then Newman teaches algebra and I think calculus.
Okay, so Schnell used to teach algebra, advanced algebra, and college algebra. Or no, wait, did she teach college? She taught geometry, calculus, and college algebra. That's what she taught. And then he taught advanced algebra and pre-calc. He might
I
have taught.
think Wilmus took
He
that.
might have also. And then he also taught 9th grade math. And then she also taught pre geometry. I think. Yeah. So, Phil, you'll get a kick out of this. Okay, so you had pre-algebra, algebra, geometry, advanced geometry, pre-calc, and calc. That was the path I took. Then you have
Whoa, hold up. You took geometry, advanced geometry?
geometry, advanced algebra, pre-calc, calc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I'm doing.
Okay, that's what most people do. Then you have those special snowflakes, and it gets complicated after 8th grade. But they basically take 7th grade math, 8th grade math, 9th grade math, and pre-geometry. They have to take 2 math classes, otherwise they can't graduate. Otherwise they can't take. Yeah, that's right. They can't take. They can't take chemistry, which means they can't graduate.
Oh.
So then they take those 2 classes together, and then I think they take geometry as a sophomore.
Wait. So in 9th grade they take 9th grade math and what else? Pre-geometry?
And pre-geometry.
Pre-geometry.
And then they take geometry as a 10th grader, and then advanced algebra, and then they're done because they've already taken an extra math course.
Wait, what do they take?
Cases,
they don't take anything senior year?
No, sometimes they don't, or sometimes they take advanced algebra their senior year.
Or college algebra?
Well, college algebra would be... They could probably do college algebra. It's pretty close. College algebra would be the equivalent to what I took for pre-calc, because pre-calc, what I took was not actual pre-calc. It was...
it's like AP shapes and colors.
Yeah. My version,
AP shapes and colors.
My pre-calc wasn't actual calculus, and I thought it was funny because here I was studying calculus, and there's these girls in one of my classes. They were juniors, and they're like, "Hey, Doc, can you help me with my pre-calculus?" I'm like, "Oh, sure." She whips out her notebook, and it's a derivative, and it's an integral. And I look at her and I'm just like, listen, that's the exact same stuff I'm doing. And I don't know what I'm doing. I can't help you.
You didn't know how to do integrals?
Not indefinite ones. Not well enough.
I mean, indefinite integrals are basically easier integrals than definite integrals.
Definite ones are easy. You plug it in your calculator, you get a whole number, and you're done.
Yeah, indefinite, you just add plus C at the end.
No, but you have to do a bunch of algebra and junk.
The indefinite integral of cosine.
That wasn't a cosine though. This was of like the square root of 1x over 2x plus 3 minus 2x or something stupid.
It's a polynomial.
Yes,
you just
that was
add one to the exponent, divide by that number.
I maybe it wasn't an integral. I don't remember what it was. It was too complicated for me. And I was just looked at it.
It's too complicated.
I just looked at her. I'm like, listen, we just did that last week, and I don't even know what's going on. I've given up at this point.
All right. To be fair, my second semester of calculus was not fun either.
No.
So I took Calc 1 first semester, and then Calc 2 second semester.
I don't think it ever qualified as Calc 2.
They called that class AP Calc Diff. Yeah. That's what I took senior year, AP Calc Diff. And then they had just normal AP Calc, which was an entire year of Calc 1.
And the
AP Calc Diff was basically taught at like a college level, because college math, you take an entire math course in a semester.
The ironic part is you took all these AP classes, shot yourself with heroin to get yourself through it, and then got only like 3 credits out of all of them because you couldn't pass a stupid exam.
But to be fair, it made math so easy. Because
I'm sure it did.
When I got to school, like when I got to UNL, it was like, man, I've already done this. This is easy.
Except
It
when
was
you
like a
failed
refresher.
Calc 3.
It was hell taking it, the first time. But when I took it again, actually at UNL, it was like, how did I not get this? This is easy.
Except when you failed Calc 3.
Yeah, but I took it again and I was like, oh, this is easy.
Well, of course it should be the second time.
The second time is a charm.
However, if
Second
that
time
happens
is a
with
charm.
econometrics, I feel like I will be feeling the same
What I
feelings
should have
have
done
now as I do
actually
next semester.
is withdraw from the class so it'd show a W instead of an F. Or D or whatever. Because if you just withdraw, it doesn't hurt your GPA or anything. It just says, oh yeah, you didn't finish the class. Then you take it again anyways.
Do
So
you
you just have a W. And then that way, then you can finish up like the majority of the semester, learn basically 2/3 of all the information, take it again, get your grade super good to the point that, the last few weeks of class, they don't matter a whole lot. And then you get to the final, and, you're basically solid on about 80% of the test.
what class did you ultimately fail and that you did not want to retake that led you to become a Bachelor's of Arts, so a BA instead of a BS?
That was, I think, mechanics. Basically throughout my whole semester, my whole year or whatever, because I couldn't take it for a whole nother year. And so then all the other classes that I would have needed to take basically got pushed back a year. And so then I was like, do I go another year? Can we say that word?
I already said A, so I'm going to have to edit that out as well. So.
Anyways, I was like, all right, well, you either have to add a whole nother year, or you can just go to the Bachelor of Arts plan. And after talking it over with my advisor, and I was like, yeah, really, to be honest, a bachelor's degree is a bachelor's degree. They don't really look at anything different between the arts or science at the end. They don't pay attention.
Or if you're me,
pay attention to what you got out of school.
Or if you're me, you
how
don't
useful you are
GPA on it.
Their workforce.
Or if you're me, you don't even put your GPA on your resume. Wait,
how early did you have graduated if you just got the arts degree? Or do you guys have an arts degree?
There is no arts degree at Kasner. It's the
College you're not like arts.
It's the College of Agriculture, College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. The name science is in the name. You can't.
The College of Natural Arts. The College of Natural Arts and Agriculture. So I'm going to make a separate college for the lesser intelligent.
How do you even get I don't think you can even get a Bachelor's of Arts in economics. I don't think that works.
I'm going to call it the Natural Arts degree.
You get a BA in economics. No offense to you getting a BA. BA in physics is still pretty good. BA in economics, I feel like you're going to be like, are you serious?
Are you serious, bro?
You took a social science, arguably the easiest.
I slept through my class and still got a C.
You got a BA in econ. Let's look at this here, shall we? All right, so
I saw this video.
Social sciences are the easiest sciences, arguably. You then took economics, which is the
depending which
social
one.
Science. What?
Depending which one. I mean, I'm technically what do you call it? Social science?
Physics is not a social science.
Oh, wait. What was the other term you used? Oh, I was thinking liberal arts degree.
Yeah.
I have a liberal arts degree.
You're a liberal arts degree. I don't count as a liberal arts degree. Technically.
No.
Yeah. Yours is more liberal arts than ever. It literally has the term art in it. It's lost the liberalness of art. There's a reason economics isn't allowed to be a liberal art. It might actually be a liberal arts degree, normal economics.
Art.
But it's not economics.
It's not an art.
I tell you what, of all the sciences you could do, economics is the most artistic one. You guys, how many graphs we draw on a daily basis? So you get into class, and your professor, the first thing he does is draw an X and a Y, and you're like, oh boy, we're off to a good start. And then he draws you demand curve, and then you're off to the races. You might draw a production function or a few possibility frontiers. And then
it's like, bro, are these even functions?
And then you sit there, and your professor is like, okay, let's think 3-dimensional here, shall we? And you're like, whoa. It's like he goes to like the corner of the room, and he's like, picture a graph, okay? This 3-dimensional graph, and picture these waves, all right, and gradually increasing. And each one of these waves is your production possibilities frontier. And just this elegant way of explaining how all these things work together. And I'm like, so this is a 400 level course. This marriage is all the ideas better. And then he says, so Doc, you learned this in micro, right? And I look at him, I'm like... My guy Vlad. No, he didn't call me Doc. My guy Vladimir. All right. That's actually his name wasn't Vladimir. It was spelled Vladimir, but since he was Ukrainian, that's not how you pronounce it. I don't remember how you pronounce it.
I don't know.
No, sorry. His first name was Vladimir, but his last name, the way I would say it would be the Russian pronunciation, but the Ukrainian pronunciation is not that. I don't remember what I don't remember what his last name was. I think it was like Rasputin or something, or Vladimir Rasputin. I don't remember, but the way I say it is not the correct pronunciation in Ukrainian. So I thought that was interesting. So, but my guy Vladimir, we had the pandemic, and then on top of that, he just wasn't the greatest teacher. Now, granted, he also had a moment. And I think a lot of I had these moments with my econ professors. I don't know if you've ever had these moments with your your physics professors. And Will, let me know if you've had any of these moments with any of your high school teachers so far, where you're just like, that is a wonderful explanation of that. Like, you understand it, and you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then they go and explain it in such a way, and you're just like, that's an awesome explanation. It was like the first week, and he explained utility in such a... No, sorry, that was a different class. My bad. I don't remember what Vladimir did. I think he also explained... He might have explained utility another way as well. I think every professor has a different way of explaining utility, and each one is better than the previous one.
Oh, really?
And there were just these amazing explanations. Now, I think... Chris, my macro professor, intermediate macro, my aha moment in his class was when he was when we were just going over the history of economics, which I thought was like my favorite section. It was like,
you are very engaged.
What?
Will is very engaged.
I'm sorry. There's just these moments in class where you're just like, this is why I'm studying this. So, Will, have you had any of those moments in any of your classes where you're just like, that's a wonderful explanation?
Not really.
Yeah, it's high school. I don't expect you to have those explanations.
His intellect is just so far above a teacher. It's like, you make me feel dumber. Having listened to that. Every person here is now stupider. I mean, do I listen?
Will, how is your, do you have all A's?
The incompetence that just came out of your mouth.
So, Will, do you have all A's and are you working towards that engineering degree? Dude, you need all A's to be an engineer.
An engineering degree?
Yeah, did you not know Will's going to be an engineer? Will, why don't you explain to him our big genius plan?
Well, the thing is, my grades haven't been the greatest, and they probably won't be. So I might downgrade my degree a little bit.
To what?
Huh?
Just architecture in general.
Oh, be an architect. Will, I was gonna build you this awesome shop. Now I'm hearing some disappointment.
Well, I might not be able to get the degree. I can still do like engineering things.
Yeah, but But if I put you behind a Tormach without an engineering degree, the internet's gonna laugh at me.
Behind a what?
If I put you behind the wheels of a 4-axis Tormach CNC lathe, if I put you behind that and you don't have an engineering degree, the internet's gonna laugh at me. The internet's gonna be like, Doc, you just spent $500,000. I don't know if it's $500,000. You just spent $100,000 on a piece of machinery and you're not having an actual engineer working it. You were gonna be the first recipient of the Dr. Sheep scholarship.
Oh, boy.
Now I don't know if I can give it to an architect student. Nothing wrong with being Ted Mosby. Ted Mosby was a great guy. Other than it took him till I was like 40 to find a wife. I then kill her. But, I mean...
Killer?
Do you want to be Ted Mosby?
What do you mean Ted Mosby killed his wife?
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy? What?
I think he killed her.
Oh.
Wow. She got
Did she
sick
get
and
cancer?
died. No,
I don't
she
know
still
why
had
I
her
even go
hair.
on
It was
these
not
podcasts.
cancer.
What?
What did you say, Will?
I don't know why I even go on these podcasts anymore.
It's to make fun of you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's much better to make fun of you to your face than behind your back.
Oh my God. Okay, that actually leads to the next segment. But Phil,
Wait,
before
what?
we move on to the third segment,
It leads in
Wait a
perfectly.
second.
I'll explain why it leads to the next segment
It leads
perfectly.
in perfectly.
It does. It does. I have an
Oh, God.
ADD riddled mind. All right. There's these connections that make it, and like 8 million neurons fire at once, where everybody else has.
That's
like,
all you have is 8 million?
No, they all fire at once. When I make this connection, all right, as for most people,
What
it's
is
like
average?
2 or
Average
3.
is like 90 billion to 100 billion.
Yeah, but like the amount of connections you have.
And then I got about 5.
Anyways, Phil, have you?
I've got
Before
2.
we move on,
You got
did
2.
you ever have one of those moments with your professors where you're just like, "That is an awesome explanation of something, of some physics"?
I told you
properties."
no.
No.
Yeah, you've already talked about this.
No, but
Yeah, he said
I
he's
said
too
Will.
dumb to
I
understand
said
what they're
Will. I
saying.
said Phil though, with a PH.
Oh,
Wait, Phil?
Yes,
we
Phil.
have 2 similar names.
I said yes.
Oh, what was that moment?
Oh. Well, I had one in high school with my physics teacher in high school.
Oh, what did he or she explain?
They're explaining trigonometry.
That doesn't
And
sound.
they're explaining sine and cosine.
I had
As ways of thinking about percentages
of
of a circle.
I guess I haven't.
And so basic... What?
I had a cosine revelation in freshman year of college. He gave us this little like formula for solving angles and stuff that I was like, I hated it, but then I actually used it one time because I was stuck and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this instead of trying to brute force like I normally do. And I was like, this, if I had
The
this,
explanation he gave us is that, you think of cosine as the x-coordinate, as the x-graph. Sine is basically the y-coordinate. From 0 to pi over 2, it's 90 degrees. You start out at cosine. You start out at 0 degrees. 100% is at cosine. Pi over, what is it? Pi over 4. Oh, yeah, pi over 4 is basically 50-50. 50%, 50% to add up to 1.
Will, this is important.
That's
You
square
should
root of 2
probably
over
learn
2.
this.
And then you go to sine. 100% of the line is on sine. It's straight up and down. So you attribute the 1 to the y-axis. And then you have different increments of one or the other. So, y is taking up the majority of this, and then x is taking up a small portion of how far it's going over. When he drew it on the whiteboard, it was like...
I could imagine. But
I was like, wow, that makes sense.
my mech systems professor, he just had this formula for solving like force problems and stuff that I didn't want to use it. Then I used it, and I was like, this is freaking genius. Why was I so apprehensive about using this formula? And I'm like, it wasn't a formula. It was just it helped you like map things out. Even though I could do it like way faster than he would show it on the board, just because he would add extra crap that I knew, like, yeah, that cancels out. I don't need that there. I don't need to write down that it cancels out. But it was just like, oh, now I know I need to use arctangent here, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful. I guess inverse tangent.
I also had it in one of my other classes. Well, I think it was when I was taking Calc 3 for the second time. I had a revelation on my own. Kind of reading through my notes or whatever. And I basically came to this deeper understanding of the concept we were learning about on my own. And I was like, yeah, this makes a lot more sense now. Why did I not get this? And then I think there probably was some physics aha moments I had with the professor. But there's no specific moments that really stand out right now. Like, I'm pretty sure I've had them. Actually, I just had one the other day with a Veritasium video. So he's had two out within like the last 2 weeks. So the last one, the most recent one, I believe, was one about light bulbs.
Oh, I just saw that one.
About how... What?
I just saw that one.
You haven't, or you have?
I just saw it.
Yeah, about the light bulbs, how supposedly companies are making light bulbs less and less efficient, make more money, so they get customers. Supposedly, we made light bulbs. There's a light bulb that has lasted 100 years.
Yeah, I already knew about that light
It
bulb.
has like 1 million watt hours. Because basically, pre-1930, companies were like making light bulbs like super, super good. To the point that people were like never needing to buy them again.
Yeah, I know what I
made
saw
this. And they made, well, I don't know if Will has heard about this. And then they made this big old cartel of light bulbs, just rule the market. And they had this secret meeting where they're like, all right, we're going to limit we're going to re-engineer our light bulbs so that way they can only last up to 2,000 hours or something. And if they go longer than that, they fine you. So they all signed this agreement to where if someone starts selling light bulbs that last extraordinarily longer than another one, than what they deem too much, they fine you. And they charge you.
Yeah.
Basically, it's in everyone's best interest to follow the guidelines. And so basically, they purposely made light bulbs worse and worse and worse. That way, they keep renewing customers.
Yep. I wonder how long it'll be before we start seeing LEDs do that.
That wasn't the profounding. That wasn't the aha moment. The aha moment came from the previous video about pi.
I don't think I saw the pi
History
one.
of pi. Have you seen that one?
I think I. Oh yeah, I did see that one. Yeah. I was eating lunch.
That one was
so
so good. I loved it.
Let's discuss it at different times so we can keep moving on.
But yeah, that one was basically just about how we found pi.
Yeah.
So many decimal places.
I knew
the first
how
part.
Newton did it.
I knew the first part about Archimedes' method. The second part about Newton and binomial theorem, that part, I mean, I had learned about that in calculus, but when he explained it in his video, it was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense.
I got a little lost just because theorems don't work in my head, but
I really like that video.
I was like, this is actually kind of interesting. It was a very good video. I was like, but new segment time. It's time for the comments. We had a lot of comments this week. They just
is this part? Wait. Is this how it leads up to making fun of Will?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So, all right.
The viewers are making fun of him.
No. Okay, so mistakes were made. Farming Simulator 19, Let's Play 22. Team Denzier commented, very nice, XD. Thank you. The Return of the Karens, TGIF Talks 63. The Water Bottle. Kyle is silent for 45 minutes. Phil, they killed someone. Kyle, who hasn't? Me, my type of energy. And we'll get into that comment more a little bit. Mysterious Unboxing, TGIF T63, Team Denzir commented, that was a great podcast. I love them. Thank you, team. And we'll get into that comment here in a little bit. That's why the making fun of Will thing comes in here, okay? Chat and Farm, Farming Simulator 19, Let's Play 24. Team Denzir commented first XD. Yeah, bro, I think you wasn't the first. He wasn't the only comment, though. We had more comments. Unboxing a Swift 350T lab microscope. That thing's approaching almost 3,000 views. Eloius1. He's got Jesus with the Ghostbusters, like, slashed through it. So it must be an atheist. Anyways, the microscope in quality and price ratio is unbeatable. And considering that this type of microscope is aimed at students, it makes a very good option with a low cost. Obviously, in a laboratory, they will be more advanced equipment. Other things, Swift has been designing microscope equipment for 80 years. Thank you. That was a lot of people talked about how that microscope was a good quality buy. So, I think it is too. Smartest person on Omegle. Omegle's Got Talent, number 3? What? Shouldn't that be number 2? No, that is number 3. The water bottle commented, maybe I am smarter than I realized, or these people are just dumb. You remember that video, right, Phil? With the Omegle people? Some of the dumb people we ran into. Team Denzir commented, I can't legit stop laughing, lol. Well, thank you. We'd love to make people laugh. Letitia Science
if the diameter of a circle is 1, what is the radius?
It was if a circle has a I had 2 questions that were very similar. So if I have
the circumference is pi?
No. If I have a circle with a diameter of 1 meter, what's the
distance across
going through the center? Everybody's like 0.5. Or they'd answer some random number.
I think it's the part that you said going to I think they thought when you said going through the center, they thought going to the center.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the second half of that kind of threw them off. I mean, it makes sense, going through the center. Otherwise, you don't want a secant line or whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to end up with a secant.
But, I think when you said going through the center, it kind of threw them off. Possibly. If you just said what's the distance across the circle, most people think, going through the center, obviously. But when you say going through the center, it kind of was like, wait, what? Like going to the center?
But that was the point. I
think it just kind of threw them off.
And the question was supposed to throw them off. The question is designed to do that. You actually get questions like that in your IQ test. And there was this one, so it was a math word problem. I remember this in 3rd grade. It's a math word problem. And it's the first time I've ever ran into useless information in a word problem. And so he reads out the word problem. And I look at him, and I'm like, okay, for one thing, just imagine 3rd grade me. I had this sass. So I'm like, listen, bro. My guy, Elizabeth there, she was useless to this word problem. Why is she there? She's wasting my time. The answer is 5. But what was the point? Why was she there? She's like, okay, you got that right. But, yeah, I know. You're going to run into useless information. They're testing you about this. And I'm like, is this what the rest of my life's going to be like? Lo and behold, I was right. Anyways. Freaking 3rd grade me, man. He was a savage. Anyways, Letitia Science's display case unboxing and review. Eric Torivers? I can't pronounce his name. Anyways, hey, thanks for this. Was happy to find a video showcasing the case. Cubes are 25% off at the moment if you hadn't seen. And so I went onto the website, which is why I bought all the elements. But I didn't know about the 25%. Well, we have a whole discussion thread in here. And he's like, go and cancel it and reorder it with this code. And I'm like, nah. And yeah, it was 20%, which I didn't realize I also bought the Iron Cube. I kind of forgot I did that. So 20% actually would have been a significant amount of money. But I was just like, nah, screw it. Give Letitia some of my hard-earned money. So yeah, we had a good conversation. So that was pretty cool. Are you bored there? Can I help you? All right. We'll get into making fun of you in a minute. Smartest person on Omegle. Omegle's Got Talent number 3. Jackson Trout commented, "When is the food series?" I said, "Life is hard. I don't know. All we're asking for you is to rate food." I'm like, buying fast food is something I do not do very often. All right.
Wait, what were we gonna rate fast food or something?
This was Ron. So we were gonna do it at one point, but now Rondo and I are gonna do it instead.
Oh, what were you guys gonna rate?
Yes. Question to the peanut gallery.
No, it wasn't a question. I was saying I want to do it.
Well, maybe we'll have to do this at another time, but maybe I don't know.
Are we gonna-
I don't have
wait,
enough time
were
for
you
all
gonna-
these series right now. Okay.
What were you guys gonna rate?
Like we're gonna do cheeseburgers, French fries, and then I think we were gonna do milkshakes. I wasn't gonna taste them. Rondo was. I just know what my favorite milkshakes are from when I used to.
You guys
drink
were
them.
gonna go to what, like Dairy Queen, McDonald's, or
So I don't. It was McDonald's, Steak and Shake, and Runza. I think were the last 3 I remember.
Steak and Shake is expensive.
Steak and Shake's also crap. But that brings into the next comment.
Crap. I had a shake in Kansas City from Steak and Shake. That was really good.
Let me get to the next comment though. So me and Trout talked back and forth, and then Kate Callahan, who we haven't heard from in a while. This was like literally 3 hours ago. So welcome back, Kate. Don't know where you've been. She commented, "Steak and Shake is the best." I said, "I don't know. The time I had it, it was kind of weak," and it was. So everybody ridicules me.
I didn't UNL.
No, this was in Indianapolis. Okay.
Oh.
Actually, no, was it Louisville? Might have been Indianapolis. Point is, and everybody ridicules me for this, but I take a very scientific approach to when I try food, and I think a lot of people don't do this. They don't take a very scientific approach to it, and I'm like,
What's your approach?
you can't compare apples and oranges. You have to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. You can't go and try and compare. And so, like, what they'll do is, like, oh, Steak and Shake's great. Have you tried this milkshake? And I'm like, okay, you tried this milkshake, but does another company, does Dairy Queen have that flavor? And they're like, well, no. Then I'm like, how can I compare? How can I compare this amazing flavor? No matter how great it is, I can't compare it to anything because there's nothing on earth like it. You know?
Yeah, but that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
But you
It's like the conversation that we're having about Cane's versus Popeyes. You were comparing a plain chicken sandwich. It's chicken versus chicken.
that works.
What makes Cane's so good is their sauce. You said I can't compare that because it's not the same sauce, or because Popeyes didn't have a sauce, or I don't know what your argument was.
That is my argument.
You're like, I have to compare just the chicken. The thing that makes Cane's so good is the sauce.
That's what they have that another company doesn't have.
It's their
that makes them
signature
so
thing.
great.
Right. But
signature thing.
let me get into that. And that's what people miss. I'm like, listen, I understand these companies have these things that make them good at this. But if we want to look deep down, look at what to actually compare, the baseline food.
Specialty.
I'm like, your specialties, great. That's great. Have them. That's what gets people in the doors. But someone like me who doesn't do specialties, someone like me who just wants to eat your regular food, I need to know if your regular food is good or not. And that's what I compare. And so I checked. And so I checked to see if they can make a vanilla milkshake that is good. And they cannot.
They cannot. Wait, was it plain vanilla? No candy or anything?
It was a plain vanilla milkshake, and
Oh my god! You might have gone with the cone.
froze.
You should have just gone with the cone.
And
The
what did
worker
it
behind that counter, that poor man. Like, bruh, this ice cream feels so naked. This is just wrong.
It wasn't a milk. It was a milkshake, not ice cream.
Oh.
Ice cream, I
A
would
milkshake
probably
is
compare
basically ice
chocolate.
cream. It's basically soft ice cream.
Well, yeah, but whatever. It's a milk, but that doesn't matter. But a vanilla milkshake, if you get the right vanilla ice cream, the best vanilla ice cream is Hy-Vee vanilla bean. Hy-Vee
No, I
brand.
thought it was homemade.
Huh?
Who cares? That's yeah.
Well,
So you like vanilla bean?
grandma's handmade vanilla ice cream was pretty good. But I'd say the best hard.
It was not handmade. It was homemade.
Homemade, whatever. Anyways.
I saw the box, and we still at a Hy-Vee.
No, remember when she used to make homemade ice cream?
Yeah, and then she started buying homemade ice cream.
And the
Because I saw the
ice cream wasn't
container.
as good. But there was, I think it's vanilla bean, either Blue Bunny or no, it's not Blue Bunny, Blue Ribbon, or whatever, or maybe it was
Blue
Hy-Vee. It might have been Blue Ribbon. That is. If one have vanilla ice cream, that is the best vanilla ice cream store bought, hands down. That's what
I had a vanilla bean one time, and it was not good. I don't remember who it was by.
I mean, not every vanilla bean is that good. Like Haagen
It was
Dazs
a vanilla bean. I was just like, "What is this vanilla?" It just tastes like weird vanilla.
Haagen Dazs vanilla bean is not that good. It's not. I like a lot of vanilla.
It was not Haagen Dazs.
Anyways, gym vlog number 1: experimentation. Javier Montana. Let's give him a round of applause. He's back. All right.
Oh, wait, hold up. So I need to hear the end of your story. So for this taste test, for this McDonald's thing, are you tasting just a plain burger?
A plain cheeseburger with, I don't know what we're going to put on it. I'm assuming just be cheeseburger.
You're taking a very scientific approach, just comparing ground beef and a bun.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, bun's probably not even the same bun. Cheese is probably not even the same cheese.
But it doesn't matter.
You compare just the patty. Just eat the plain patty.
You could do
that. Would be
the most. But like, if we're gonna do a food science experiment, that comparison, like a cheeseburger with just ketchup on it, or no ketchup if you're a psychopath, you can do it that way. But I think. And personally, I'd put pickles on it because pickles...
Eating a burger.
Because pickles can really tie things together. But that's the thing, though. You can't start... Personally, I don't like a lot of toppings on my burger anyways.
Oh, no. That's how you make it good. You put roasted onions.
I know Will here will eat a freaking onion like an apple, so... can we get a video of you eating an onion like an apple, Will? If I'm
gonna try
I'm
that.
gonna buy you a big sweet onion. I'm gonna skin it for you.
Wait. What
I'm
kind
gonna
of
make
onion?
you eat it like an apple.
I'm down.
What?
Is it a sweet onion?
This man's a psychopath.
I love onion.
Wait. What's your favorite kind of onion?
Onion.
What's your favorite kind of onion?
I mean, there's white onions, there's red onions.
White onion, just a regular onion.
I'm gonna go to the. I just went shopping. I'm gonna buy a white onion. I gotta try it. Just get like an apple. Is that what you
Like
do?
Shrek. Can we paint you green? And then call you Shrek? And then hand you an onion and you eat it? Just this 1 minute video of Shrek eats an onion. We'll title it Shrek eats an onion. It'll be you dressed up as Shrek. Or just you painted green, just going and just munching on an onion.
Next week, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Hy-Vee and just buy an onion and just eat it. Wait, you peel it, right?
Yeah, you're gonna peel it. You don't want to eat the skin
and everything.
Yeah, I don't want to
eat
the skin.
What?
Ogres are like onions.
You have layers. That's like people that eat bell peppers like apples. I think
I gotta try that. I gotta make a video of me eating an onion.
So just be like, somebody be like checking their upload box one day. Oh, what Dr. Sheep upload? Shrek eats onion. What the hell?
It's a video. It's a 50-second video of Will eating an onion. He's sitting in front of the camera.
They're just gonna be like, what the hell is this?
It'll be like a mukbang. He doesn't say a single word.
Yes.
It's not an onion. It's like a minute long, and that's all it is. Not a single word is spoken. There's no intro, no outro. It's just him eating an onion.
Can he at least say ogres are like onions? They have layers, and then he just eats it the rest of the video.
I have to eat the entire onion too. That'd be so funny.
He
well,
doesn't
not
say
in a minute.
word.
You can't eat an onion in a minute.
You want to bet?
I'm gonna get you a sweet onion that's like this big, my friend. If you can eat a sweet onion that's like this big
onion, not
in
a
a
sweet
minute.
onion.
What?
He said a white onion.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
you're gonna eat. But like, I was gonna give Will a sweet onion because those are the really big ones you can get from. Those are the really big ones.
But do they still taste like a
But
white
okay.
onion?
All onions taste the same.
Okay.
It's an onion.
Oh, why do they have different colors?
Are you saying that different people are different? Different colors of people are different. Different people are different.
People are different.
Of course they're different. It's the definition of different people. But are different colored people
I'm saying that they're different colors.
fundamentally?
They
Are
have
you
different minerals
racist?
and
Will,
stuff
are
in
you,
them.
Phil, are you racist towards onions and people of color? Black people, I should say, because
Oh.
people of color is actually not PC anymore. So you are... What? What?
Are you saying that different
Oh, they're
people are
still-
So I thought Will was the racist one. Here you are saying, like, why do they have different colors then? If they all taste the same. It's an onion. Actually, we'll have to have you try a shallot. Well, that's not the one you'll eat for the video, but we'll have to have you try a shallot to see what you think. Because apparently shallot's like an onion on steroids, but like they're really small and they're really good. But
Oh,
Phil,
but
are you
colors,
racist
colors
towards
signify
onions?
ripeness. So even if, would you rather eat a black banana, a yellow banana, or a green banana?
Yellow banana.
Exactly. Only wants to eat the black rotten one. It tastes weird.
It doesn't taste weird. It's the texture.
Exactly. It still doesn't taste right.
It tastes good. It just has a weird texture.
Oh, well, I don't know how a sweet onion tastes compared to a red onion. I just always buy white onion.
I'm sure a sweet onion does taste a little sweeter than a regular onion. But, hey, would you stop playing with invisible boobs?
Oh my God. Why did you point that out?
Why did
I did not mind what he's doing, you know. It's like, oh, he could be banging some bonjos or whatever, you know. And then
using
you're
the
over
back of
here
his
like,
hands, though.
with your dirty mind. Oh, I know what that looks like.
Fine. But, I mean, to be fair, he was using the back of his hands, and you don't use the back of your hands to play banjos.
He's playing a banjo like a dumbass, okay?
He's playing Anyways, Gym Vlog 1 Experiment, Javier Montana, welcome back. When is the next one? Tuesday. I recorded it today. It'll be out Tuesday. Okay.
Podcast?
What?
What's
Anyways,
up Tuesday?
a gym vlog. Anyways, the last comment. Chat and Farming Simulator 19, Let's Play 24. Elijah Poole commented, what's your next goal as a YouTuber? I said 1K. 1K is my next goal. Help us get there. Please subscribe if you're still watching. Anyways, okay, so how do the comments blend into making fun of Will? All right, this comes full circle. So in podcast 63, the water bottle texted me after he watched it. He says, like, that was probably one of your best podcasts yet.
Wait, what? Can you restart?
He said it was our best podcast.
One of our best podcasts yet. And obviously, Team Denzier also said it was one of the best podcasts yet.
Wait, which one was that? Was that the last one I was on?
The last
No.
one that you weren't there for.
Yeah, that was last week's.
The one that you weren't there for, because you had to, I don't know, do something.
No, he was playing Minecraft with his brother.
Yeah.
The one before that, he was busy doing something. I don't remember what.
Is favorite brother, right?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not the
His
favorite brother.
brother.
I like one of his least favorite brothers, apparently. So, but I mean,
No,
I
you're
haven't
number
made
two.
him do any. Oh,
You're
what?
number
What?
two.
What am I now?
How many brothers do you have?
No, he's got like 4 or 5, don't you?
I have 4 half brothers and 3 stepbrothers.
Okay, so you have 7. And where am I?
2.
Whoa! What? Well, I thought it was like a 4th there for a while. How did I get up to 2nd?
Oh no, I was
What did
expecting
I
you to say-
not do? What did I
Oh,
not
that's
do that boosted me up to the top?
1 person dropped. You didn't change anything.
Oh, great! Glad to know I got. That's like when I got my sheep producer thing at State FFA. I got first by default because the guy who was supposed to get first was in the Star Farmer competition, And well, he got first in cattle production.
He got first by default.
So yeah, he got first in like cattle production or something, and you can't be first in two things, and so they gave me sheep production, and so
Nice.
No, I like that. Yeah, he moved up to second because the original second place guy was just bad.
Well, no.
He moved himself down.
I got first by default, so.
Yeah, he demoted himself.
The man had like 200 views. I was just like, what? Freaking this guy was insane.
200 views too. You have 300, right?
I have
300.
We have 40 something.
Yeah, not 300.
40
40
subscribers.
No, well, we have more than 40 subscribers. We have
344. What?
Besides the point. The point is, the last podcast they said was really good, and I thought it was a pretty average podcast. Didn't you? Right? Or am I?
Wait, what was the main conversation
For the last podcast?
Yeah, what was it that we were talking about?
I don't remember. They just said throughout it was just really good. Just our banter. Like, there were a lot of good jokes, apparently. And I don't remember there being good jokes, but apparently...
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm trying to remember, like, what was so good about it.
I mean, we had the road trip as the last one. And we also... There was... Oh, I'll have to go look at the titles, because we had a special title that we came up with during it, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, so we talked about... Okay, for one thing, he talked about you moving to Hawaii, and he was just like, what is Phil thinking? Like,
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Like, what?
Like, he thought that was funny.
Yeah, he's just like, what? Oh, and the COVID-19 STD? Yes. So, actually, in hindsight, it was pretty good. And why do I have you going to prison? What was that about? What did you do? Oh, right. You were in Corona lockdown. That's what it was. You weren't actually in prison. You were just in quarantine. Oh. That's what it was. Yeah. Will, did you ever go watch the last week's podcast? Where we talk about that hoe that gave everybody COVID by approximation?
No.
Yeah, she gave everybody COVID by approximation, so.
Yeah.
Is he still dating the hoe, or no?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You can't.
I mean, he had it all over, but I don't know if it was the same one or the different one.
Well, I mean, you can't re-get COVID, but still.
No, I'm good for 90 days. Yeah. No, you couldn't get COVID again.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, at least not. But at least for a little while.
So 90 days.
Hopefully, you'll get your vaccine before then.
Yeah, they just started offering them.
Well, yeah, they have started offering if you can get an appointment, though. Like, I have been trying...
Well, I mean, Hy-Vee specifically.
I've been... Well, Menards is like, hey, if we get access to the vaccine, do you want it? And I'm like, of course. But I don't know.
My point is, Hy-Vee employees do have access to the vaccine now.
Did you get it?
I have not gotten it yet.
Oh,
because I was like, there's going to be this huge rush of people trying to all go in. I was like, I'll just let the rush go over. And since I've already had COVID, I'm technically good for a few months. I'm in no hurry to get it right now.
Isn't Kyle vaccinated now?
He is, yeah, he got it.
And you're going to get... Everybody's getting vaccinated.
He got the Pfizer, so he has to go back in 3 weeks.
But, yeah. Are you getting the Which one is Hy-Vee doing? Johnson?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure which one they're doing.
I heard that the Johnson one... Whatever. I don't want to get into the vaccine.
Johnson one's the mRNA. Yeah. So you only have to get it once.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the vaccines, though. That's overly complicated. But back to the last podcast being really good. Yeah, I actually, now that I look at it, it actually was a pretty good podcast. You moving to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I think Will's lost interest. I think it's time for the fourth segment. Maybe Will...
Yeah, it was a perfect plan. I get a beautiful coast. Beautiful place to live.
Yeah, homeless in Hawaii. Sounds like a great idea.
How did this have anything to do with making fun of me?
Oh, because it was the best podcast ever, and you weren't there.
Yeah, it was the best podcast ever, but you weren't there.
We didn't make fun of you. So, clearly, I don't know. Maybe you are the weak link. I don't know.
I do feel like this podcast specifically is not as good as the last one.
No.
I feel like, I don't know, we just had some conversation. We just went down a rabbit hole, and like Hawaii, and we just started just going off, and it was just like, I feel like right now
But we
we're
got
almost
an
taking too
argument
much.
about Hawaii, though. That's the thing.
We need to find another rabbit hole. I think that's what the viewers like. They like it when you find a rabbit hole.
Well, fourth segment time.
Rabbit hole.
No. Okay, so I was watching this video, right? I've watched part of it. Do you know the internet?
Nothing, man.
Do you know the internet web show? Internet web, that's redundant. Do you know the web show? Good Mythical Morning. They do a bunch of food taste tests.
Did you say?
Yes.
Good Mythical Morning. Do you know them? They do like food taste tests and stuff.
Food taste tests.
Yeah, they taste test like crazy foods. They also do like a bracket every year around this year of like the best snack foods, best breakfast cereals, best candy, that kind of stuff.
No.
Okay, well
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, look it up.
There's your problem.
Well, okay, look it up when you're done with Lent.
Okay, we gotta finish before midnight. I can watch it tonight.
All right. Well,
You look up Good Mythical Morning.
mm-hmm. Well, anyways, so they have this other podcast they host that popped up my recommendations, and
Oh wait, I do know these guys. Wait, what do you call wait? How do you say their names?
Rhett and Link.
Rhett and Link.
Yeah, I do know these guys. These guys ate the hot Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. Okay.
They ate a ghost pepper and then they ate a Carolina Reaper. I do know their show.
Right. So
those are the only two. Those are the only two ones I watched.
Oh, all right. So they had this other podcast they started. It's a little bit more serious. And it's not just food taste tests. It's actual conversations. And in the one, they talk about their best friend Ben from childhood, and how he was like the third Good Mythical Morning person, but unfortunately he died at a really young age. Not a really young age, but he died at a younger age. And I was watching the video, and it just really struck a chord with me. And the guy died. I haven't gotten to the reason why he died, but he did get sick in 7th grade with chronic fatigue syndrome. At least in the 90s anyways, they didn't have an explanation for it. I didn't read that much into it before the podcast because I had to take a dump. I didn't want to read Wikipedia on the pooper. But anyways,
You do.
and wow, it's 9:00. Okay, so they were talking about Ben, and they talked about these adventures they went on as kids, and they went these woods behind their house, and they lived in a neighborhood, they lived in a town, and they talk about these stories and these adventures that I never really got to have. And I don't think any of us have ever really gotten to have them.
Oh, it just reminded me. Was the other thing we're going to talk about our commentary on Thelma and Louise?
No, maybe. Maybe it was, but we'll have to save that for a different podcast.
Yeah.
But anyways, and so they talk about these adventures they went on as kids, and Will, you didn't move to Val until... When did you move to Val?
Probably, I think it was 2013.
Well, what grade were you? I need to know grade terms.
4th?
Okay. So, they'd obviously Rhett and Link
At least 4th. Because I broke my arm in 4th grade, so at least 4th grade.
So Rhett and Link were... they were best friends to, like, all of school. And then Ben moved to town in, like, 3rd grade or whatever. And then, like, Rhett and Ben became, like, best friends. And they just talk about these adventures. And so, like, The only time I really got to go on these childhood adventures was when the water bottle and and this is why I really struck a chord because I care about the water bottle a lot. And I was thinking about back to when we went on this adventure where we went around Valparaiso and collected loose railroad spikes. And we made a pile somewhere, like, we'll come back to these. Or, like, we went and just screwed around. We just ran around Val one weekend. I don't remember what we were doing. But it just reminded, like, I never got to experience this because, I lived on a farm. Far away from any of my friends. I had no way to communicate with them.
We're outside of civilization.
Yeah, so
Practically under a rock.
Under a rock. Yeah, kind of. And so I just, like, go outside.
I lived more under a rock than you.
Yeah. And so, like, I didn't have anything to do. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm so
Boring.
lazy now is because I had, sure, I went and worked outside and did all the work on the farm and stuff, but that's not the same as, like, going out and playing with your friends,
I'm boring.
What?
A boring childhood.
But, like, didn't you have the same problem where you couldn't just go and, like, bike over to your friend's house?
Oh, I accepted it. I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to be a boring individual the rest of my life.
It was the
It's
best
all
living in
downhill
town.
from here.
What, Will?
It's as good as
It was the
life
best
is.
living in town because you could just take your bike to your friend's house. And
Yeah. And that's such a great experience. And, like, they're telling you stories about this guy and the fun they had. And, like, they would go behind the house and they built a survival structure. They also tried to dam up a river. Not a river, a creek.
You're going to dam up the creek?
They tried to dam up a creek, but it only lasted for, like, a few minutes before it busted. And they also tried to build a raft and float on the raft in the little pond they'd make. And I'm like,
Is that legal?
It's a creek, and they were kids. They were just screwing around. It didn't matter. And I was just like, that's the kind of stuff I would have done as a kid. And they went and they would sleep out in the woods. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I would have done as a kid, but I didn't live near anybody. And so, Will, you got to do this.
kind of.
You gotta run around with all the,
Maybe not as much as, because you had to swap every other weekend, and then you also lived in a small town. And,
it wasn't as great because of the highway.
Right.
I couldn't cross the highway.
Oh, yeah, your mom's a big
Oh,
stickler.
yeah.
Bro, I was crossing the highway when I was, like, second grade or something to baseball practice. The water ball and I would just yeet ourselves across the highway after school.
I would always get yelled at for crossing the road. We live on a graveled road, and I'd get yelled at for crossing the road. Mostly because no one pays attention on a graveled road, and they all go like 60 miles an hour.
Oh, no one? That's you. What do you mean no one? You mean you.
No one drives that fast anymore.
Anymore. Remember when you used to go 80,
Anymore,
85?
yeah.
One hand the steering wheel, AC/DC pumped in the background. You're just like, yeah. Do you remember that time?
People do drive fast, though.
Do you remember?
No, a slow ride.
Oh, yes.
I remember that one time we drove down the gravel road at like 15, 20 miles an hour, going slow ride.
Yeah, it was after youth. It was after youth group, and so I had like my foot hanging out the window. I was just chilling.
Oh, was that the time I was driving back to St. Mary's?
No. We were coming. No, that was a different time.
Oh.
That time we were going 80 in a 55 to race them back, but they beat us by like 5 seconds.
We beat them.
No, they beat us.
I thought we beat them for like 5 seconds, I thought.
Well, they beat us to the parking lot. Because remember, we saw them coming up. So, like, we were driving. No, yeah, they beat us. They beat us for like 5 seconds.
I'm pretty sure we beat them.
Oh, I remember, like, one of the girls I was talking, not talking to, one of the friends I had there from one of the other schools, I was talking to her. She's like, you guys, how the hell did you guys get here so fast? Don't you remember it was, what's her face?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's her face? And I was Snapchatting her during this, and she's like, "Where are you guys going?" Father Bernardo is concerned, and we're just like, "Ah, don't worry. We found a different.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Don't worry about
it's fine.
We took this other crazy route. Cause like what? We went to.
I wasn't going 80 though. I've never driven 80 on that road.
Down
I might have been
14th
driving
Street.
a fast 60.
Down 14th Street.
Yeah. I've never gone 80 on 14th.
Bullcrap. We were flying.
I'm serious.
Really? Even I've gone. Actually, I've gone almost 100 down 14th Street, but that was the
You
passing.
serious?
Yeah. So okay. So we were on our way to bowling, or they were gonna go bowling for Christmas last year, and I was ahead of them, and this car pulled out in front of me on Waverly Road, and they were going super slow. I was like, no. So I gunned it, and this is back when I only went 55. This is still back when I went 55. So I gunned it. They sped up, and I've got like an eighth of a mile to pass them, maybe a quarter. So I'm like, I hummed. I was going almost 100 when I passed this guy. Once the speedometer hits 85, I stop paying attention to the speedometer and I'm looking at the road. All right, I'm only like briefly looking down to make sure I'm.
Wait, so this guy kept speeding. He didn't want you to pass him.
Yeah. So I
You serious?
Yeah. So I hummed past this guy at like.
Is he old?
No, it was just I couldn't tell. I was laser focused on the road. Because at 90 miles per hour, 95, my truck wasn't that stable. So I'm just
Oh
like,
my god.
every micro movement in the steering wheel gets amplified by a lot. Like, my hands are getting sweaty just thinking about it. Because it was such an intense situation. I'm just like laser focused. I briefly just looked down because, like, you know, when you look away from the steering wheel for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, that's 88 feet. I'm going 90, 95. So, you know, we're talking hundreds. We're talking over 100 feet. You're passing every second. So, you know, you look down, you're going to be in the ditch.
Yeah.
So, you know, I passed him.
And then he gave up, or you went fast enough?
I went fast enough.
You went fast enough. So he kept going.
Yeah. I passed him, slowed down to 55, went like, screw you, and he...
Oh, you should have slowed down to 40. You should have passed him and slowed down to 40.
No, because I didn't want them to repass me.
Oh, just to piss him off.
So
As soon as he goes to pass you, you slam the gas.
So I went back down to 55, which was significantly faster than him. And he was like a mile behind me by the time I got into Lincoln. And my parents were just behind him. And I was just like, no. That just reminds me of the time I was on my way to get my hair cut at Shelley's, and I went side by side with a guy on Highway 77.
Oh yeah. It was like rock on.
Yeah, I look over at him. He looks over me. He nods. I nod, and we gun it. And so we're going side by side, like 80, 85 miles per hour down 77. This is back when it's 65. May I remind you?
Yeah.
And we're just humming like 80 miles per hour, just chilling there. Both got sunglasses on. I ended up having to get behind him because his car was in my lane. And then
he was like, yeah, rock on!
He was like, rock on, brother. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, it was an
Rock
awesome
on,
experience. Brother. And the crazy part was,
God.
though, I ended up following him all the way home.
Oh my gosh.
Because of the way I was going home. Hello, Rhonda. Because of the way I had to go to get my hair cut. He just coincidentally went down all the same streets I did. He literally went all the way home.
Something else happened when you were coming home to get from getting your haircut too.
I about died.
So was that coming home or going there?
That was going there. Every time I go to my haircut, things go wrong.
Things go down. It's about to go down.
My dad and I went to Skylar to grab his old truck, and we were coming back with the truck on the trailer and our big dually pickup, and we're coming over this hill on 77 on the other side of Val, and this
You and your dad?
Prius is, this Prius is passing this Equinox on top of a hill,
Oh no.
and we about just smoked the Prius because they were like right on top of the hill. We couldn't see them. We popped over the hill and they were right in front of us.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
That's stuff. Yeah. I've popped hills many a times, and there's a car in my, or like I'll watch these cars and I'll watch this car pass it, and I've actually had to slam on my brakes and honk because they were still in my freaking lane.
I've had that too on 14.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I've had that
bro,
too.
get back over.
Bro, don't pass it here.
I've
There
almost
is a
had to go.
hill here.
I've almost
Get
had to
back
go into the
over.
ditch. One time I actually went halfway into the ditch because I wasn't sure if they were gonna freaking get over or not.
So there was one time, on the graveled road. I was driving home, and there was this van clear over on the right hand side of the road. And I was like, "What the heck is he doing?" And like I honked my horn, and then he was like, "Oh," and then shimmied his way clear over to the other side of the road. Like I was just driving down the road. I was like, "This guy just like turned out of a driveway or something. What's going on?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a little bit. He'll move over." He didn't move over. He kept going. Like we were dead on. I was like, I honked my horn. Like, "Oh." Like, he wasn't paying attention at all.
You know, I'm not gonna say I'm a great driver because I'm not. But there are people out there much worse than I am.
Much worse.
I'm a good driver.
Yeah. Don't speed. You follow the signs.
No, I don't do that, but I'm a good driver.
I don't do that. I don't do that, but I'm a good driver.
I'm not a good lawful driver. I'm a good driver, just like going fast.
Oh.
Oh.
Did you know the worst drivers are actually NASCAR drivers because they like to go fast?
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're actually horrible drivers, but like
It
they're
seems like
good
they'd be
at,
great
like,
drivers.
maintaining
They know how to
control.
control a wheel.
Like they're very good at maintaining control and stuff, but they suck at like obeying the law.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's Will. Will sucks at
Because
obeying the law.
it makes sense. If you're driving fast, they should have expertise in like controlling the wheel. They should be great drivers at controlling the wheel. Maybe not smart drivers. They may not be the smartest drivers.
Yep.
They are good drivers.
Yep.
Don't get in accidents often.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm
not a smart driver, but I'm a
You're
good
not a smart driver, but you're a good driver.
I am not a smart driver, nor am I a good driver. I acknowledge the laws. I try to follow them to the best.
I acknowledge the sign. I don't follow the sign. I'm like, yeah, there's a sign there. I'm not gonna listen to that.
To be fair, I'm a lot better at like stopping at stop signs than I used to be, anyways. A lot better at stopping at stop signs completely, or like coming, or like applying my brakes at intersections where there's no stop signs or yield signs on any of the spots. So like I'll hit my brakes, look both ways, because so actually, I about got in an accident the other day.
Really?
So you haven't been to East Campus. So I come around.
I just was there.
So I come around this turn to go to the parking lot next to the East Union. Okay. Yeah. So there's a parking lot on my left. That's the one I'm going to. There's a parking lot on my right. And I see this car. And the girl driving, she pulls up to the spot. She has a stop sign. I do not. I'm going to continue to drive. I have every right to. Not once did she look my direction. Not once. And she got half of her car out past the stop sign. I was like, she's not stopping. I slam on my brakes. My brakes lock up. I almost go sideways because my truck has problems with its ability to maintain any sort of control. I slam on the brakes. She finally... Actually, no, I slam on the brakes, and I slam on the brakes and honk my horn. I'm like, what are you doing? And then she finally looks over and she goes, oh. And I drive past her. And I'm like, are you serious? And I'm like mouthing her like, screw you. What were you doing? Do you have a stop sign? This happens on my way to work too. There are, so when you pull off of 27th Street to go to Menards, but if you do it the second time, not at the intersection by Taco Bell, but like right before the Shell, before you cross the creek, there's that little turn in by the bank.
Yeah.
So I turn in there sometime, most of the time, and there's a stop sign. Yes.
We need to go to Taco Bell again sometime.
Oh my god. I was just texting somebody about how we need to go see my guy, Herm, whatever his name was, who gave us free stuff and told me that
he's the best.
That I was the cure for cancer.
At Taco Bell?
Yeah. I can't talk about it on the stream, on the podcast. We can talk about it after the podcast, but yeah. Anyways, so I always go to this intersection and there's stop signs on both sides. I do not have a stop sign. But people coming in these directions, they don't acknowledge the stop sign all the time. And so they'll zip across in front of me. I'm just like hitting my brakes. I'm like, are you serious? They just don't acknowledge the stop sign. They just kind of look both ways and keep going.
I've seen that happen too much.
That's like, are you serious? You're gonna result in an accident. Like there have been times in the past few weeks that if it had been slick at all, I would have been in an accident. Easily.
In those situations, just keep going. You'll get some money out of it.
No, but see, that's the thing. Though. That's the thing, though. Since I'm not 25, I can't get in an accident. I have to do my best to not get in an accident because my insurance goes up no matter what. Whether it's my fault or not.
What happens at 25?
They stop doing that.
Oh, really?
And so when it's so if it's not my fault, my insurance doesn't go up. Unless you have really
you have to make it to your 25?
That doesn't happen until you're 25.
Your insurance went down half.
Oh, did it now? Really?
Yeah.
Does Dad owe me? I guess so. I paid for all of my insurance this year instead of half of it.
I think. I'm not sure, but I think.
That's nice.
I think it would.
No longer $1,800. Now it's $900, which is still significantly higher than the rest of the human population.
I thought it was still 4,000. Never mind. Yeah, it's still 2,000.
My insurance is $4,000.
Wasn't it like right after you got into that fender bender?
No, I think that's how much we owed the insurance company.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you still owe 2,000.
No, my insurance, my insurance.
He got his hopes up. You gotta be like, yes.
But that's not my deductible. My premium, sorry, that's not my premium though. My premium is $1,800 per year.
Sorry to get your hopes up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't think it goes down till next year. Because that's when
my 3 years, right?
No, next year, that's when my rollover accident goes off my record. And then
every 3 years, right?
Yeah. And then the year after that, my incident in the parking lot goes away.
What year was that? 2019?
Yeah. Let's not talk about that one.
Oh, but that's what sparked the main trip, though.
Yes, it did inspire the main trip.
That's what sparked the main trip.
And now is inspired a Thelma and Louise trip.
Yeah.
And now we never talk about it again.
What'd you say, Will?
And now we never talk about it again.
We talk about the main trip and this very frequently on these podcasts. Way more than we
not what sparked it. We don't talk about that.
Let's not talk about my stupidity. But hey, almost going to prison was interesting. What was I? I was just there was this video I watched about this Karen, and she hit this guy, and she was just gonna leave without leaving her insurance. But he had her plates, and everything. And I was just like, lady, I've been in your shoes. And let me tell you this. Do you want to go to prison for 6 months? Because there is a strong possibility that if the judge heard that you fought with the driver of the other vehicle as he asked for your insurance information, that you will be sent to prison for 6 months. That, or you'll be paying the full fine of negligent driving. There won't be this, bro, just plead innocent and come back in a month with your insurance information and you'll be good to go. All right? None of that. It'll be, ma'am, you're spending 6 months in prison. So, yeah. How did we get to here from talking about childhood fun?
I'm not quite sure.
We talk about haircuts and driving.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Father Bernardo.
Yeah, but how did we?
And then all that kind of started. We talk about accidents.
But how did we get to the car? How did we get to driving for youth group from?
We were talking about good and bad driving.
How did we
The
get
dude
to
that stomped.
How did you bring up driving?
I don't know.
The guy that was going really slow and then you tried to pass him and he was like zooming.
We're talking about crossing roads. Oh, I think we're talking about crossing
Oh,
roads and
yeah.
how people are dangerous. And I think I made a comment like,
Yeah.
I mean, people
You
drive
couldn't
fast.
cross the
Yeah,
gravel.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Because
And
I made
you
a comment
drive
how
60
people
down-
drive like 60 miles an hour down the graveled road. He said, "You drive fast on the graveled road." Remember that one time when it was Father Bernardo? Like
Yeah.
80. Yeah,
Good times.
that's how it started.
Good times. Yeah, that's
You brought up Father Bernardo when I brought up crossing the road as a kid because people are driving fast.
yeah, that's how we got to that. Yes. Surprisingly. Yeah. Anyways, awkward silence and Will's disturbing forehead means that.
Wait. What does the sign say? Why do I suck?
No.
Oh, why do I succeed?
Why?
Also, it's SUC. And I was like, does that sign say, why do I suck?
Why do I?
Literally, your head covered up Literally, all I could see was SUC. I couldn't see the next letter. And I thought that sign said, why do I suck?
Why do I suck?
You know, the question, why do I succeed, is such an empty question. Like, why do I
I
succeed?
like it. This is a good banner. I like this banner. It's a cool banner.
Why? But like, just asking the question, why do I succeed? It's like, are you asking like, as in like, why does the universe bless me, or like, why, or like, are you asking?
Why am I
what
so
makes me
privileged
succeed?
in this universe?
Like, what makes me succeed? Like, as in like, why?
It says, I succeed because I am willing to do the things others are not. I will fight against the odds. I will sacrifice. I am not shackled by fear, insecurity, or doubt. If I fall, I will get up. If I am beaten, I will return. I will never stop getting better. I will never give up, ever.
That just reminds me of all the bull crap we were read when I was in
It reminded you of what?
when I was in FFA, and all the like
Oh, your camera quality was like super bad for a moment. You're moving.
all of the one pixel. While I was
Literally, all I
oh my
see
God,
is like
the
4
light's like
pixels.
quadrupled.
I can literally count the pixels now. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god.
No. Sorry. So, like, that statement reminded me of the kind of crap they read us as an officer doing, like, reflections and crap. And I hated reflections. They're like, make this legit. Write a letter to yourself for a year from now. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. 6 months me from now is gonna
I don't
see
care
this.
about my life.
Six months from
I could end up in a hole.
6 months
Nothing
from
would
now, I'm gonna
change.
get this, and it's like, are you asking me to forget about this? But I'm not gonna forget this in 6 months. My brain remembers useless information. All right. So
Best part of my day is when I gotta go to bed. When I wake up, I'm pretty disappointed. I'm like, shit, it's all downhill from here.
that's
It's all downhill from here.
That's me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I wake up and it's all downhill. Econ metrics is.
I get out of bed, I'm like, damn, so this is where it ends. It's all downhill.
Just let me
The most disappointing part of my day. Oh, the least disappointing part of my day is waking up.
Anyway,
I'm like, oh, it's all downhill.
We're at 2 hours. Each one of these segments has been about a half hour. I say we've had a good discussion. I would like to thank everybody for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
We weren't done yet.
I don't
Oh,
care.
done.
I have the power of killing the record button.
I don't think this podcast is as good as the last one.
Yeah,
It's
we're
not going to be.
yet. You
Gotta
can't
let
stop
it-
a mid-thought.
Fine. Finish your thought, Will.
I
Be
wouldn't
gone,
want to wake up. Yeah, no, on my story, who's the thought? Dude, that's literally my cousin.
I don't care.
Oh, wait, I don't think I saw that.
She also sent your streaks the next day, and I was just like,
No, that was a different person.
oh, different thought. Were you related to this thought?
No.
Oh, good. So
Oh,
it was
wait,
an
I think
actual
I do
thought.
remember that story. Wait, who was that thought in that picture?
So yeah, who was the second thought?
The second one?
Yeah, the actual thought.
What do you mean the actual
That's his
thought?
girlfriend.
No. So the first one was your cousin, therefore no longer a thought, and I feel embarrassed to say that. The second one, the
Okay.
actual thought. Who was it?
Is this another chick from our friend group?
Thought.
Sure.
Thought.
I never had a girl steal my phone, so congratulations for having a girl steal your phone. Porn.
You had a girl steal your phone.
Never, not once.
He's had a Phil steal his phone.
I have had you steal my phone.
Yeah, those pictures.
I remember I took a bunch of pictures.
Actually, you know what? One of my friends, freshman year of college, she did steal my phone. She took like 500
I think
photos.
it was like a couple weeks later till you finally said something like, why are these pictures of me in your phone?
Yeah, here's.
Like, it was crazy. I remember I took your phone. Yeah, that's the one. I took your phone, took selfies of me, and then it was like several weeks later when he finally replied back, like, why are there pictures of you in my phone?
Yeah, we were gonna. You sent that photo to the girl you're talking to, and she was just like,
Yeah.
"Why?" Yes, good times.
Yes.
Good times.
Good
You want to see
time.
my face, but in skeleton form?
Not really.
Skeleton.
I can't
What?
see anything. All I see is a glare. What did you break that you need an X-ray?
No,
of
it's
your
my
skull?
dentist's. It's my dentist's X-ray.
Oh, what was wrong with your teeth? Need braces?
Nothing.
Oh, bummer.
No.
I was kind of hoping you would need braces because that'd be a fun video. I've always wanted to see how braces get installed.
They let you be there? That's like a 3-hour process.
I've not. We're not. I mean, I'd love to. I've got 3 hours to kill.
That's 3 hours.
I've
I
got.
remember
3
I
hours
watched like
to
an entire Christmas. I got mine put on during holiday season. It was like a whole Christmas movie I watched. And the movie finished, and they still weren't done. Oh my
You
gosh!
gotta watch
this
the
is weird.
Titanic,
It was, yeah, it was. It was 3 hours.
or you gotta watch Endgame.
I could have watched Endgame.
Well, Endgame didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Titanic did.
Yeah, that was. Let's see, 7th grade. What year was
You can
that?
end it now.
Okay.
2012? Oh, that would have been just before. No, 2011. Would have been a few years. Also, they would have had Iron Man and maybe Hulk.
You would have had Iron Man. You would have had.
Could have watched Iron Man, yeah.
Anyways,
You are Iron Man now.
I have that in here.
I'm Iron Man.
I have that in here. You look like Iron Man. Let me unmute my
You
thing.
look like Iron Man.
Oh God, you're causing.
You look like Iron Man now.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Very quiet.
Well, that's because it's coming through my speaker into the microphone.
You look like Iron Man now.
You're fired.
Oh, that was Trump.
Wait, what?
Oh, nothing. I just have you're fired and
You're
wrong.
wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Well,
You're wrong.
Was it a wiener?
Oh my God, there's this classic.
Was it a wiener? Was it a wiener?
oh, is that a weenie? Is that a weenie?
Yeah. For the day.
The good old days.
I'm just going through like all of them. Anyways. What is we have
Who's
a
that?
Oh, no, you can't show that. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share,
You have
and
to blur that out
subscribe.
now.
New
You have to blur
podcast
that.
every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night.